Wonderful. Okay. We're feeling the love here at Biohacker Summit. Anna, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Anna, and I'm a sexologist. We have 10 minutes to talk about sex, which is a pretty big topic, but actually, 10 minutes, it's the average time of foreplay, the average time that people spend on foreplay. And especially as women, we know that 10 minutes can only get us so far. But hey, it's not about the length, it's how about you use it. So I feel like we're all going to have a release during this talk. When I tell people that I'm a sexologist, I often get some pretty interesting reactions. Most people are very excited. Some are a little bit, maybe too excited, but at least the jokes are funny, right? But I didn't become a sexologist because I was having multi-orgasmic sex in acrobatic positions from the start. I became a sexologist because there was a time when I felt broken, and everybody around me felt broken too. Sexuality is our core. It's our primal force. And yet, so many of us are disconnected from it. Because true, authentic sexual pleasure is the most empowering, it's the most liberating feeling there is. And then at the same time, challenges with sex and sexuality are the most painful, most shameful because of the culture that we live in. And now we all want to be here at the top, right? We all want to have that orgasmic experience and enjoy our sexuality and sex. But I wish there was a supplement that we could take to get there, or a device, or a simple biohack. But really what we need is to go through the darkness, to face our challenges, and to reconnect with ourselves to get to our pleasure. In order to do so, we need to understand the challenges that we're having with sex and sexuality. Now, let's pause for a moment and look at the numbers. 40% of women and around 60% of men have sexual dysfunction. And those are just the people that fit the criteria for this dysfunction. I think these numbers are pretty shocking. And we're not talking about that enough. So, what's going on with women? Around 45% of women have low libido. 36% of women have low arousal, which means that they have difficulty getting turned on. 54% of women have difficulty having an orgasm, which means that 46% of women reliably orgasm from sex, and only 20% of women orgasm from penetration only. It's no wonder that 70% of women have faked an orgasm. And up to 75% of women have pain during sex or after sex at some point in their lives. Clearly, there is something wrong. Clearly, there is something that we need to change. Okay, so this is the situation with women, but what about men? What's going on with men? It's not actually that much better. Around 40% of men have challenges with erection, and that number goes higher the more you age. We're here talking about longevity and health span. What about your sexual health? And what about how it changes as you age? 10 to 50% of men have low libido. That's massive. And 30% of men have sensitive ejaculation. Now, these issues are painful, they're sensitive, and there's so many factors behind these. There's so much shame. But I think the key issue is that we have, especially as biohackers, is that we are performing. There's a reason why I highlighted performance. We are performing life. We want to have so many ejaculations and multi-orgasms, and we want to have this and this and this and that. But what is the reason to have them? Because in reality, what I see here is like no matter how biohacked you are, we all have challenges with sex and love. And the reason you feel shame and alone with them is that nobody really talks about them. So let's do an exercise together. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to share your most embarrassing sex stories. We can do that after this talk. But I'm going to ask you all to stand up. And once you're up safely, to close your eyes. Trust me on this. Reconnect with your body, feel your body, open your senses. How are you feeling right now? If you have had a difficult childhood, if you have attachment wounds, if you have challenges or insecurities with sex, you've had a difficult relationship or a difficult breakup, if you have trauma, as we all do, if you have insecurities with yourself, your body, you don't feel at home in yourself, and you are performing life instead of enjoying it, I want you to take this moment and reconnect with yourself. I want you to thank yourself for bringing yourself to this far. You have done what you have needed to survive. You have done what you have needed to get here to this day. And today, and from now on, every single day, I want you to ask yourself this: what do I enjoy? What brings me pleasure? From now on, choose that. Go towards that. Whenever you feel ready, open your eyes and hug the person next to you. You see? Because you are not alone. We're all together in this journey. And it's time to reconnect. We're running out of time. I just want to quickly say that the ultimate biohack for sex and love is really to start the process of reconnecting with yourself, with your pleasure, and share it with everyone around you. Thank you.